welcome back to the With Mates podcast, and this is the very first ever episode of The Catch-Up. Yes, our new weekly show where we will bring you all the entertainment, movie, TV news, gaming news, whatever it is that's going on in the week of entertainment, and also just catch you up with what's happening with us four guys. It is me, your host, Andrew Grayson, and I am joined by the Iceman, Baby Boone.
Hello, everyone.
He is the triple barrel man. It's Craig Andrew Mooney.
Hello.
And he is the smackiest of smacks. It's Paul Stirrat.
Polysmack here. Self-applause. That was self-applause, not self-smacking.
I thought that was just your first attempt at doing your smack, and it's the only time you've been able to do it because we're video form now rather than just audio, because then nobody knew what you were doing if we were just listening.
I cannot wait to look at those waveforms later and just see them spiking like a madman.
Lovely. So yes, this is our new show. This is where we will be coming to you every week. We will be dropping these every single Monday. We are still working out the kinks. We are still figuring out the best way to record this and get this up on YouTube for all you lovely people. It will also be coming audio form through Spotify and through Apple, all the kind of good stuff. But yeah, this is what we're going to be doing going forward, guys. Are we excited for the catch up? We've been talking about this for quite a wee while. It's actually quite nice to get it started.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. We're here. We're
Don't
present.
sound too excited, Paul.
Actually, he thought it was whinging about it. He was whinging about it on our promo episode that we made.
Oh,
he was like, every week.
Every week. I've
whole
got things to do.
The whole point of this one is that we're chill and just catching up about all the latest stuff going on. There's stuff happening, and we need to know what's going on.
So,
like what?
The people demand.
What has been going on that the people need to know about?
Oh, there's just like so much stuff. Like,
well,
the list is endless.
Let me try and fill you in what this. So this week is just going to be like the introductory episode. So we'll be going to talking about like what we'll be doing to on these episodes every week. It'll basically kind of. We'll maybe revolve it around we'll maybe have a topic that will be the main show, and then we'll maybe talk about other things, whether that be quick film reviews, quick TV reviews, if we're going to go back and say, oh, by the way, if you haven't watched this, I've caught up and you should watch that. And then if one of us has done something very exciting, we'll maybe talk about that as well. This is just to kind of get to know us as contributors and as people. And then obviously through the week we'll have our Invincible or Severance, Captain America, whatever it is that we're reviewing. We'll put that up through the week through the podcast and through YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, so this week we're just going to kind of introduce what we are, what we do, who we are, that kind of stuff. So who wants to go first? What are you bringing to the table?
Well, I mean, let's start with Paulie Smack. He's already started smacking. So
yeah, Paul made it very clear what he's bringing to this. Stuff. Just all the stuff.
I bring stuff. You guys, you've got your things, your niches, and me, I've got my stuff.
To be fair, Paul,
I bring the smack.
Your niche is starting to kind of become very, very clear. You're definitely going to be the rom-com guy, because every single thing that I fucking watch when it's really dull and it's like, oh, will they get together? You get something from that I just do not. And again, I will continue to ask it until you answer it. I don't know if it's a bit. I don't know if you're just doing it because it's funny, but you do it that often enough. I'm going, fuck, does he actually enjoy this shit?
What do you have against love, Andrew? What do you have against love?
I like things that go bang, bang, blow up, pew, pew, smash, smash, all that kind of stuff. Blood, blood, guts, guts. If I want to go see... Look, I've got nothing against love. I went and seen Bridget Jones. By the way, we'll just... The first wee intersector. Bridget Jones... Very good. Was it I Have a Boy or something like that? All about the boy? Whatever the fuck.
Mad about the boy.
Different film. Like Bridget Jones. I've got a boy.
I've got a boy.
I require £10,000.
But yeah, it's actually... I've never seen any of the other ones. Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. Very good film. Thoroughly recommend it. I'm surprised.
The Bridget Jones cinematic universe before watching the fourth.
No.
Come on.
Now, will you please finally admit that it's better than I Love You, Man?
Oh, it's most definitely not better than I Love You, Man. I Love You, Man.
I Love You, Man. So much better.
Paul?
Brother, I Love You. I've not seen the first one, so I need to go back and watch the first one. But I Love You, Man is like up there as one of my favourite films of all time.
He's still bitter. He's still so bitter about losing.
I'm angry. I don't let things go. So that gets my blood boiling. But what boils me more is that it's getting such good reviews and I didn't pick it. in the bloody film review.
And you said
draft.
at the time, no, everyone was like, Craig's just being manipulative. He's just saying these things to make Paul pick a shit film. No, Paul, I was trying to help you, and I think that should be a thing from now on, that people see how genuine I am on this movie draft and how I actually do want to help out these guys.
We're on camera,
I don't
Craig.
know.
You can't say that without coming across and looking smug. Don't start your pitch. No, to be fair, it's turned out that it is quite good. I wouldn't have guessed that it would have got as high a score as it did, because I don't think the first ones really got. They had like good audience scores and stuff. But yeah, today we will be
What
updating.
is it sitting at?
It was at like 80 something. I'll pull it up just now. But yeah, we'll give you an update. On the movie draft, because I think you and Craig and Joseph, you have both got 2 films out so far.
I've got a couple of films, yeah. And I'm doing quite a bit better than Joseph is, but never mind. But we'll come to that in a second.
Only slightly.
Only slightly.
And big time Polly Smack films don't come out till about August time, so there's plenty of time.
Bridget Jones is actually 88% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74 audience, so that'd be one of the higher ones. What? So yes, I know. So the way this one's going to go, realistically, my passion, my thing is superhero stuff. I love all kinds of superhero stuff. So today I'm going to talk about Spider-Man, the animated series. It finishes today. I've not watched the last 2 episodes, but it is honestly, boys, one of the best things Disney Plus have done in terms of really? Marvel. Yeah, it is so fun. There's a lot, again, we're living in a point in time where people fucking, it wasn't like that before, so you can't do it different. Shut up. They change certain characters, they change certain outlooks to characters and stuff like that. They change like race and gender and all this kind of stuff. But it's so well done. It is like 25-minute episodes. They are so quick, but they are so enjoyable. The voice actor that plays Spider-Man, I know he's had his controversies, but he's very good in it. The plot is fantastic. There are loads of little winks and nods to Spider-Man movies and MCU movies in the past, where it's like it's literally like a Peter Griffin moment where you're like, I get that, I remember that last film. Honest to God, I cannot recommend you listeners and you guys to watch. It's so good and it's so quick. Plus the way they've released it is so interesting. They do like, so it's like, I think they originally released 3 episodes, then they did 2 episodes, then they did another 2, and then they finished. Then they did 3 and then they did 2. So it's like a wee kind of bunch, so you can kind of binge it, but it is also week to week. So it's maybe like an hour or an hour and a half's content that you get every week, but you'll maybe get 2-3 separate episodes. But yeah, very good. Could not recommend it to the listeners and the viewers.
Best
and to you guys.
Thing Disney Plus has done so far.
For the TV series, it's up there.
Cool. Bar was already so low, folks, so they've only got...
Very low.
That's not true. That's not true. That's
true.
not true. Have you watched Loki?
Name one.
Loki?
Yes, I did.
Loki's alright. It's an
Loki's
outlier.
great.
Loki.
Wait, were you not?
Great.
You were big on Loki.
I like Loki.
Yeah.
I like Loki. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Can you guys please stop swearing on the podcast?
Do you know what? Do you know what? This
is foul language.
I've done the big introduction for what this podcast is going to be. It's not. I've changed it. My quest for this podcast is to find out what Paul actually fucking likes, because he doesn't like anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Star Wars. He doesn't like Marvel. He doesn't like Batman.
Well, we know what he likes. Rom-coms. He likes rom-coms.
He doesn't even like rom-coms. He likes romantic plot points and pointless parts in movies that they don't need to be there.
Exactly. Well, they're not pointless, but I like romance in my gory superhero animation series, okay?
Fair.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Fair.
Love finds a way.
Joseph, what about you,
Debbie?
mate? What are some of the things that you want to bring to the catch up?
Just a base level of realism, really.
Okay.
Because I for me, really, I think there's a lot of bigging up of things that shouldn't be bigged up, and I think we need to have a nice realistic base for things. Really, I'm just here to be a pain in the arse, quite frankly, mostly to Andrew.
But you've just even just that fucking thing's a pain in the arse, because you've just people big stuff up too much. Stop yucking people's yums. If people enjoy stuff, let them enjoy. Again, I go in on Severance because I just don't get it, right? But I'm chuffed you enjoy that.
I'm just being a little shit. The thing I would probably bring to this is a love of animation and voiceover and just stupid little like deep dives into lore and theory, and just, really every time we've done something, it's when we're doing like what Rings of Power, and like he would be going, what does this mean? I'm like, it means this, but this is why it doesn't fucking mean a thing, because it's Rings of Power and it's shit.
Can I just say as well, there was a point in time we were going to review that, and I'm so glad we didn't, because
I was pushing for it.
Oh, I know
I was
you were.
pushing for it.
I know you
Craig
were,
was pushing for it, and what I was doing is I was seeing the messages and not replying because I couldn't get through the episodes, Craig.
I got to where I got to with Severance with that, where it was like the thought, because again, the reason I bowed out of Severance was I didn't watch last week's episode, so I then had 2 episodes, and I was like, I kept putting it off and off and off, and then I was like, I can't be bothered watching 2. And then I watched the first 20 minutes of the first episode, and I was just like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore, because it's not. Again, the other thing as well is I don't like coming on to podcasts and having discussion with you guys being like, oh, it's terrible, I don't like it, why am I watching it? Because my mate said something as well. Yeah, exactly. That's what we do with Paul and Star Wars. Paul, that is as much as he hates it. That's what Paul's bringing to the With Mates podcast is.
I bring the hate.
Star Wars.
I bring the hate.
Star Wars.
Ironically, the rom-com guy brings the hate.
Yeah.
Brings the hate. There we go.
But yeah, lots of animation stuff will be coming. Maybe touch on some anime stuff. I don't really know much about that, but you have more of a grasp on that, Joseph.
I'm a fan. Like not as like a big super fan, but like I enjoy Studio Ghibli stuff and some really good high quality animation. Ironically, I've not been on the Invincible pod because I have not had time to watch them yet because I'm a busy boy.
That's what we like to hear, though. And Craig, structure, clipboards. He's that guy. What do you bring, Craig? What is your niche?
I bring a distinct lack of fun to proceedings and just
we had an announcement for a merch opportunity. With Mates clipboards coming straight to you. Yes. With Mates laminators coming straight to you.
Yeah.
No, I want the quote on. I want a With Mates t-shirt that's just said that quote where it's like, I bring the severe lack of fun. I want that as a t-shirt for Craig.
That is the t-shirt. There we go. We've got the t-shirt for this week's episode. There we go. Oh, amazing. Yeah, so I am that guy, as we know. And I will bring in the structure because I am also going to be the TV guy.
I was going to say you're the TV guy.
The staple. The staple. You know, every week there's always something lovely to watch on, and I'll be bringing what I think has been the highlight in TV each week, and maybe some other little bits and bobs that have kind of been on during the week.
Mostly
I have
Severance.
Hey, for Severance for the next couple of weeks, all right? Let's face it is the best thing on TV, but I do have other things too. Do you want me to get into it now, Andrew? You want me to get into it?
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to put it out there before you start. You're 0-1 for me. Because you're like Severance was a big old fucking...
You're already starting in a negative, so...
do you know the sad thing is because we've aligned, because we did the Penguin reviews and we were fucking... We gushed about the Penguin and stuff like that. But there's at least 3 shows that you were like, you have to watch this. Severance was one, Legion is the other. I've got more thoughts that I will like. Have you tried Legion? No, I've not had time, mate. There's so much stuff. Oh. And I was watching Severance for the best part of what felt like 5 years. So I'm going to catch up eventually. But yeah, what? Yes, Paul.
I know what Craig is. I know what Craig is.
TV guy.
Oh, Craig's the Apple TV guy.
Yeah, you are a big Apple TV guy.
He's the Apple TV shill.
I'll be the Marvel and Disney show, and you can be the Apple TV show. So yeah, Craig, go on. Give us an idea of what shows are coming out this year that we need to keep an eye on, and we need to. That obviously we'll be reviewing, but we'll either be, because I know there's a lot of stuff coming out that we will individually review week to week. But what are some of the ones that you think maybe go under the radar that we could maybe talk on the catch up about?
Oh, good question, Andrew. Good question. So I'll start off by talking about what I've kind of... It's actually a show that was...
Oh, no.
One of the things... It'll be a few days until the catch-up comes out. But it is Reacher. Has anyone actually ever watched Reacher?
Nah.
It's based on the novels, the novels of Jack Reacher, and it stars Alan Richardson.
Is that the show about the big man who breaks out of handcuffs and then beats some people in a car park?
Yeah,
I thought
that is the Tom Cruise version.
I was about to say
that is the vibe.
You know, the character is very viable when you can cast Tom Cruise and then Alan Richards, like two of the most drastically different looking guys that you'll
Tom Cruise was not right for the part.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise was drastically not right for the part. But yeah, so essentially, if you don't know, essentially a guy who's an ex-military guy who now is a drifter, and he goes around different parts of Midwest America, solving crimes, and there's usually a case of the season. But it's great. It's got lots of action. I mean, you get straight into the action straight away in every season. For example, I've just watched the first episode of season 3. And literally, you're in a car having a shootout straight away, and you're into it. So it's a good show. It's fun. I love Alan Richardson in the main role. I think he's perfect for the role. He's a big, massive unit of a guy. He beats up everybody. And I think, as I've said this before, I think on other podcasts that we've done, this is the guy who I want to play Batman. I think he has got to be Batman. And if not, there's a rumor that I saw recently that he could be in the shout for Beast in the new X-Men films, and I think he'd be great, especially after playing Jack Reacher, because Jack Reacher is very eloquent. Actually, it goes against the character. He's a very eloquent, very intelligent guy, and I think he'd have that aspect to him for playing the Hank part of Beast, if you know what I mean, like the kind of the politician, the scientist, and then you go fucking mental and take people out. And I think he'd be a great shot for Beast or Batman. So yeah, that's my highlight so far of what to watch, and that is Reacher. Paul, all right, I won't come at you when you're doing your stuff, wherever that is. All right, I'll stay nice and quiet, okay? But anyway, yeah. So that's my highlight of this week.
It's Kelsey Grammer or no one else. I'm sorry, Kelsey Grammer.
Nobody else.
No one else. I don't care what age it gets to.
Paul, are you taking like the Doctor Who approach, where like every time Doctor Who goes downhill, they just like fucking resuscitate David Tennant and get
one of the dead doctors? Yeah,
it's like, come on, David, out of the care home now. I'm not saying David Tennant's not in the care home right now. It was like for the 100th anniversary, they've take him off of ice and be like, come on, you.
I've not actually asked this to Craig. Did you have a fun wee time in your drawers when you seen David Tennant hosting the BAFTAs again?
Yeah, I mean, I actually missed the BAFTAs this year, but I did enjoy it, but I was a little bit like, oh, David, no.
I watched them do the start. Was it the 500
miles thing? I was like, oh, David, David, no.
It was a nice suit, though. It was a good suit.
That was a nice suit.
He was in a kilt. He wasn't in a suit. He was in a kilt.
Oh, what was he was wearing like? No, it wasn't for that. There was something else. He was wearing like a black suit with like gold sort of. What was that for?
Couldn't tell you.
Don't know.
It was giving me Peter Kay like Amarillo.
Yeah, that's actually such a shout.
You mean one of the hit school disco party anthems?
Oh yeah.
When you talk about school, when you talk about school disco, that still gets played now in clubs, mate. Big Andy Boys hosting. What was I going to say?
I just thought.
Oh, go on, Paul.
Another thing that I am, as well as stuff, I'll be bringing you lots of
things
of the good stuff.
This is the episode. Just Paul justifying why he's here.
What is Paul? Who is Paul?
Why is Paul?
Why is Paul?
Anytime I like to recommend something, I get all of these guys going, oh no, I can't watch that. That's a horror thing. And then they quake and shiver in their boots. And I'm like, ugh, now I have no one to talk about this. So finally, I'll be bringing my love of all things gothic and horror to this channel as well.
Paul.
I'll be your man
I've got
on
one
the
in
grounds.
that category, actually. I've got one in that category.
I need to. Oh, by the way, for the viewers, yeah, this is my dog. I've got a question then, right? If you're I'm saying I'm the Marvel and I'm the comic guy, right? So I'll hands up. Thunderbolts, can't wait. Fantastic Four, can't wait. Superman, I'm very interested. What are your 3 horror picks for 2025?
You already stole my Frankenstein.
Nice.
And you didn't get a chance to steal my 28 Days Later.
Nice.
But I also very much do enjoy the look of the monkey.
And I very much enjoy that Rotten Tomatoes score that he's got as well.
Yes, that does look very good. So there you go. There's my top three.
There's a horror film I'm looking forward to, Paul, and it's one that Craig picked, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I think that's going to be a great film. I think it's going to be fantastic. Right, Craig? You're really excited for that, aren't you?
I think.
Yeah, right.
I think the second one always has a chance to turn it around. So I think Craig's
Shrek 2. Look at Shrek 2. All right,
Shrek 2 is a good film.
Better. Yeah. And it's gonna Friday Night at Freddy's 2, yeah.
Just throwing out there again. I'm not that high into horror, but there's another one coming out. Black Phone 2 comes out this year as well. Black Phone's one of my favourite horror thriller movies that I've watched. That's really, really good.
Can I also just shout out a film that has already come out and is in the cinemas just now, which is I would urge everyone to go and see it again. A kind of horror-y kind of vibe is Companion. If you've not seen Companion yet, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so very, very good.
Go see that.
Loved it. Yeah. Highly recommend that.
Is it Jack Quaid in it?
Watch.
Jack Quaid, yeah.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
And I think the person who was in Heretic, the woman from Heretic, yeah, she was great.
Oh, so good. So good that was.
Heretic was so good.
I've never seen that.
So good. Heretic was great, wasn't it?
It was fantastic. I've been getting a lot of like Hugh Grant content recommended on like YouTube Shorts and shit like that, and he's just so effortlessly charismatic, but he's like a lovable rogue. He's brilliant.
You know what I need to do?
Did you see the D&D film Honor Among Thieves?
No, I did not.
Like, if you want to watch, like, go watch it. I think you'd really enjoy it. Hugh Grant is in it.
Yeah, he's good.
I think you would genuinely love his character.
He's one of the best things. He's one of the best things in the new Bridget Jones film as well. He's not in it a lot, but the small parts he is in it, he's great.
I was just about to say I want to go to have a double feature. I want to watch because I think it's now available on streaming platforms everywhere. The Heretic. I want to watch that at home, and then I want to go to the cinema and watch Bridget Jones. Nice. And I feel like that will really complement each other.
Nice wee palate cleanser.
Hugh Grant Day.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant Day.
Maybe
that's what we should do. We should do like a Hugh Grant ranking like thing. Well, what's the best Hugh Grant?
You forget.
I'm in charge of that now. Yes.
You forget I'm originally the Hugh Grant guy as well. I am the original bum shaking Love Actually Hugh Grant man.
Like for real though, like we could do a rom-com ranking list. We could do a genre-based ranking list. We could do a rom-com ranking list for Paul.
Don't tempt me, Craig. Don't tempt me. Don't make promises you can't keep.
We'd need to figure a way of doing that, though, in the sense of we'd need to figure out a way to categorize how we're so Batman is obviously you just do all the Batman films, and then the only complication I would say is like what animated one would you add in? Whereas this, like, because again, what is a rom-com? What is a comedy? What is, because to me I'm going right. So you've got, but I think a bracket would be more.
Yeah, that's a good vote.
Yeah, that would be more of an idea than a ranking list. Out of interest, because we brought up obviously as well. With the catch-up being one of our new shows, one of the other shows that we'll be doing is Ranked, where we will be ranking a genre film or a universe of films. So one of the ones that we have spoken about that we want to do is the Batman movies. Out of interest, do you guys have any other ones that you think you could do? And at this point, I would ask only the viewers if there's any movies or genre movies that you think would be good. So we've already done Spider-Man. We've already done Star Wars. What else? We've done X-Men, and we've technically done MCU, but we are going to do a new MCU list very, very soon as well. So that's it. Batman and the MCU re list is going to be two that we are definitely going to do. But have you guys got any other ideas of what we could do ranked?
Barbie?
Oh, there's gotta be there could be a Barbie, sure.
There's a lot of Barbie films.
Is that all the animated? We could do Pixar. We've never done an animated one.
So you'd probably have to differentiate between like Disney animated and like Pixar.
But that's what I'm saying. So you do just do
only.
Pixar only, and then you could do Disney only as well. Because that would be again, I've been trying to do a rewatch on all the Disney Plus, like see the OG Disney movies because I've not watched some of them.
Yeah.
We could do a 2D animated ones.
Yeah.
You could do, because he plays pretty much the same character in every single film, a Jason Statham like a ranked list.
More Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious.
My name's Jason Statham. I'm a working man. No. I'm a beekeeper. I keep bees.
Either way, he's going to be shooting someone. You could do
by
that,
the way, I'd be well up for a fucking Jason Statham list. That's
yeah,
well good. Italian Job, Expendables. What else would you have? Yeah. Snatch. Great movie.
Beekeeper, obviously. That one. That famous Jason Statham.
It's Hobbs and Shaw.
It's a megalodon.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. It's a megalodon. The Meg. We need to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight a fucking megalodon. We could do that. Oh, yeah. By the way, that's now what I want to do instead of Batman.
Really good
that's what I want to do instead of Batman.
Taking the best with that.
I'd well be up for that.
I will take a note of that one. There we go.
Nicolas Cage.
No. Nicolas Cage.
No.
I've always wanted to do it.
No.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Then I need to watch.
He's my man. You see, that's the other thing I'm gonna be. I'll be the Nicolas Cage guy.
I wanted this
Nick
Cage
Paul,
thing
like,
to die.
You can't bring such like niche, narrow things. It needs to be broader.
Of course I can. I'm sorry, horror's not too niche for you.
No, but like you're like, I'm the Nicolas Cage
this one
guy.
actor guy that
I am.
This one actor.
I am the Nicolas Cage guy.
I'm the Hugh Grant guy.
See, I've got two already. That's not niche.
He's widening the net.
The other thing I was thinking as well that
and stuff.
Yeah, we forgot stuff as well. Stuff and things. The other thing I'd quite like to use this for, which I'm currently doing just now, is rewatching stuff. So, for instance, I'm starting I've already started the Daredevil Netflix series again to get ready for the new series coming out. I know Kinda Funny, the guys shout out Kinda Funny. If you don't watch Kinda Funny already, go over there and watch their stuff. Fucking great. They always do like rewatching stuff. For instance, like Fantastic Four's coming out, so they're going to rewatch and review the previous 3 Fantastic Four movies. So that'd be quite a fun wee thing to do as well, like in the lead up to that, because I've seen clips on I've seen clips on like TikTok and stuff like that, and the nostalgia of Fantastic Four, I think it won't outweigh how bad. Like, when was the last time you watched those films?
Do you want my hot take? Do you want my hot take?
Go on.
Fantastic Four.
We're getting it anyway.
There has never been better casting for the Thing than Michael Chiklis.
I love that you say this. Wait a minute. I love that you say that there's never been better casting. There's only been one other casting that we've seen, and then
we've seen 3.
No,
we've got 3. The trailer.
Yeah, but you've not
seen it. His voice is all wrong in the
No.
trailer. He does not.
I
It doesn't sound like the
I don't
Thing.
think he's the Thing at that point. I think that's just a little bit of movie magic duping.
no.
I don't know.
You can't judge someone on a trailer.
I don't like the voice.
That's
I'm just
exactly
saying.
what we've been doing for years, though.
No.
Judging things on a trailer. That's what the movie review, like the movie draft, is based on, Andrew.
You know what, Andrew?
No, you can't judge a. You can't judge.
Let's not judge movies then, huh? Let's just sit and talk about movies where things happen. There's no conflict at all in the movie reviews. It's just superheroes being superheroes.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, you've just said we've only had one good casting.
I'm away to go grab my dinner and eat it on the podcast here. What are you doing?
Inside jokes. You've said that there's only ever been one good casting as the Thing. We've only ever seen him and Billy Elliot.
No, there was a TV show though.
Yeah, we don't. We're in our 30s. That doesn't count. Yeah, you can't judge Cousin so far.
Well,
you need to see the film.
You know what? I am.
Oh, I'm aware.
I am. I just did. That's why it's a hot take.
Why are you helping Paul as well,
it.
Joseph? You want Fantastic Four to be good for the draft.
See, inside me, Andrew, there's 2 wolves. One wolf wants wants the film to do very well, so I get points. The other one,
Joseph,
the other one just likes the anarchy.
Joseph, it's 2 bears. It's 2 bears.
Is it?
From New Mutants, yeah. It's 2 demon bears.
Oh yeah,
2 demon bears.
Call back to the Rankling episode. Well done, Paul.
God damn.
Fucking
there you
awful
go.
Movie, by the way. Absolutely awful movie. Right. Is there anything else we want to chat about before we have a wee look at these Rotten Tomato scores and see where we all sit?
I also think the lead cast Reed Richards was amazing.
Oh, actually,
in the classic one,
there is something I want to bring up.
Go for it.
I've not seen any dismay about it, but they announced the release date for Last of Us, which I believe was April
13th of April.
Yes.
Yes.
But they also revealed some new posters for it. Have you guys had a look at them?
Yes.
I haven't. I'm trying to remain as oblivious to this as possible.
I've done the same with Daredevil as well. To be fair, Daredevil, there was a new trailer or something that Craig, you put in the chat, didn't you? I've not actually watched that because I'm already sold.
Is right, that the three posters of them like
walking away kind of thing.
Away?
Yeah. So again, they're pretty basic. They're not groundbreaking and stuff. But the one thing I want to bring up is Abby.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to kick off, and I haven't seen anybody kick off, but I've not really looked, so I might actually go have a look soon. You, Craig, you've not played the game because you've not had time. Paul, you've not played the game because Xbox. Joseph.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Abby's poster?
So,
are we worried?
No, I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm not worried in the sense that I don't think she's going to do a bad performance. I think they're going to be very true to the character. What I'm going to say comes with a whole caveat. It is talking about body image. It's talking about that, and I'm no way in disparaging what somebody looks like. But what we're seeing in the live action doesn't match up with what we've seen in the game.
So what we're talking about, right, is semi-spoiler. It's not really a spoiler, but semi-spoiler. In the game, Abby is buff as fuck. Like, she's enormous.
She's like, honestly, a truck could hit her and the truck would come off worse.
And again, this isn't about people need to look a certain way. Not at all. I'm just going from what I know in the game, she's
that
enormous.
Way by choice.
She chooses to be that. And it's a really cool character aspect of her, because in the game, she's situated in a place where like, gym equipment is very viable, and she is essentially a soldier at this point. And it makes sense for her as a character to have done that, where she just works out and she's got muscles and she can fight and all that kind of stuff. Now, my one thing about that poster is that could be early Abby.
Yeah, it could be early Abby.
I'm not going off anything on that. But my thought is when they were casting her, as I was going, did any of you guys see Love Lies Bleeding?
Yes.
So see the girl in that. So it's a bodybuilding kind of film, right? The girl
That's
in that.
who I thought should play her.
Right. So this is the thing. I don't know performance-wise. I'm sure it's Caitlin Denver that's playing Abby.
The lady from Mandalorian.
Yeah. The girl from Mandalorian. So, and she was also in Ant-Man Quantumania. So yeah. No wait. Yeah. Regardless. I'm sure the girl that they've cast will do a wonderful performance. They wouldn't cast her otherwise. It's HBO. I trust HBO and I trust all the people that are involved. The thing for me, just physically, that is such a defining point of that character. And it adds kind of a lot to her. So I'm going, I kind of hope we get that. And when they initially announced the casting, I was like, oh, she's going to need to get on the roids because she's a wee tiny thing. Like she's lovely wee thing, but she's tiny. But yeah, I'm interested.
I think it's one of those things where we've got to wait and see how it happens.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing that's going to be spoken about the most, non-spoilers, I think it's going to be like a hole in one really for like the audience reaction of how that first couple episodes go down, because it's a fantastic opening of a game, and I cannot wait to see how they adapt it. I'm also intrigued to see how they adapt certain other things, because Andrew, like, the game is so long. I'm wondering if they're breaking this up into 2 seasons.
So I've heard that they're breaking this up into 2 seasons, but I've also heard that the series, I think the full season of Last of Us, I think they say it will last 4. So they'll wrap everything up in 4. I don't know if that includes whether there's going to be a new game or not. Probably not, because or anytime soon because Naughty Dog have announced they're doing.
They've said something
Intergalactic
like they don't see any they don't see any other stories. I think I could be completely wrong with that.
I've seen that he says that he wanted to wait until there was another story, but I'm going more on. They've already announced their next game, which is Intergalactic, and that will probably take lead. And I've also heard that they won't go past where the games are, kind of thing. But I think it'll be well over 2 seasons. Do
you think we're going to get any standout episodes like we did with episode 3?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Breakingly beautiful episode.
I think you might get an episode that will focus on
Abby's early stuff.
No. Why can't I think of the name of the character? Abby's pal.
Oh,
you know who I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't remember their name.
Regardless, there's a side character I feel as if they might focus on them for a wee bit. But I am so excited for Last of Us. I cannot wait to get back into that world and stuff like that. But I just found it interesting that was, and I feel as if they've strategically done that, like put out a poster to make her look quite small.
You do have a good point though. I mean, like, as someone with no idea who Abby is or what Abby's supposed to be, it's a known character thing that she's buff.
Yeah.
Would you do a Batman movie where he wasn't buff? Like if Batman wasn't.
Yeah, the thing for me, like, there's probably iterations of Batman where you go, that's not normally Batman, but you're going, but we've had hundreds.
Well, Robert Pattinson wasn't the biggest, but he was still jacked to the gills.
But I think that's the difference. Is even like I've got them up here, like the 2 photos, and if you look at Abby's and then you look at Ellie, Abby actually looks smaller than Ellie, and that doesn't work for what happens in the game. Now, if they go again, I'm always open-minded. If they go a completely different way from the game, that's fine. I'll judge what they give me. But just on that's the first kind of thing that we've seen of Abby. I was like, oh, okay.
I'd be excited to see if they'd give Laura Bailey the same treatment that they did for Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker.
Yeah, they will.
For this because
nice.
Like Laura Bailey's performance as Abby in the game, holy shit!
I think as someone who now knows Joseph about Laura Bailey, who's someone who now knows about her, I'm very excited to see her.
The chops on her, fantastic.
Yeah,
I think I will probably replay a game.
Backhand chops or
a pork.
Oh, pork. All right. No, I was thinking like a wrestling chop, like a backhand chop.
We're not Steven Seagal. That's another ranking you could do. Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal movies. There we go.
God, no. I'm actually just sitting there. I looked up Last of Us there, and I'm watching it again. I need to rewatch that series as well. I need to rewatch that before
it's
the new one comes out. So good. Beautiful. Okay. If you we'll end the podcast, or we'll end this part of the podcast, and then we'll do a wee fantasy draft update. If you can only watch one, are you watching Daredevil, or are you watching Last of Us?
Daredevil. Hands down.
And I'm not even like convinced Daredevil's gonna be good, but I'm watching
Last of Us. I can't.
Good, Andrew.
Mate. Do you know what, Joseph? Right, we said it last season. At the end, they're not ready. They're don't know what's coming.
This is probably why you guys have prior knowledge.
It is.
Yeah.
Whoa! Again, regardless of prior knowledge, you've saw the first season.
It's made 100 times better than anything Disney have done.
Yes,
that's true. Zombies. I give you that.
Zombies. I get that you're saying zombies, but it's
Craig,
not.
It's not about zombies.
I know. This is stop. It's not about zombies.
They're mushroom zombies, Craig. They're mushrooms. They're different.
They can go slightly faster. They can run. Oh,
their face slightly.
Why are you still talking about? You're still talking about the zombies. The zombies are just background noise, right? The zombies set up the world that we're in.
I gave the show's views on that. I did give the show's
the characters, and the characters are
Craig,
about.
I know. I'm being facetious.
You're more excited for slow motion fights than you are for.
Whoa! Don't
Let's
make me
not
flip flop on
diss
teams. No. Let's not make this that Daredevil's shite. Daredevil's going to be brilliant. That's why that was a good question. Let's not do this dance, Joseph Bowden.
I don't know.
I'm going off of the fact that the previous Netflix iteration of Daredevil was so good.
Yeah.
Like, it was terrific.
Yeah, but last
and Born Again is like, they weren't looking so good. Like, the reports were not great. And then they brought in, I think, some of the old directors and stuff for it. So I think they've changed course with it a bit. And that trailer that I saw where they're sitting in the diner looked pretty good. So I'm being cautiously optimistic. Anything touched by Marvel, Disney at the moment, I'm a bit... You know that way when you put your hand in the sink and you like touch a bit of wet food?
Yeah.
That's kind of like Disney for me. Like,
why are you keeping your food in the sink, mate? Like, it goes in the cupboards or the fridge.
You ever had a poached square sausage?
What?
No.
Fry us. No. See you and your gluten weirdness, man.
Who's poaching sausage?
It's not by choice, to be honest. I tried it once.
This is the stuff that Paul's bringing to it. Poached sausages.
I'm the poached square sausage guy. There you go. American listeners, ask me what a square sausage is.
The sausage that's square. It's the best thing that's.
I dare you. Ask me. Ask me.
Right. To finish off this first episode of the catch up, we are going to round up what has happened so far in the fantasy movie draft. So, remind me, Craig, you had The Monkey and what other film?
Mickey 17's got a
Mickey
nice little score as well.
He's already got one, right. So far, Craig, you are sitting at 33 reviews on Mickey 17 and it's sitting at an 88. I think that might be your peak at that. I couldn't imagine it getting higher.
Nah.
I think the more reviews you'll get on that, it'll go a wee bit lower. 85% for The Monkey, which is 97.
Certified.
Good. Yeah, it's certified, so it's 97 reviews, so I wouldn't imagine you would go up or down much from that score as well. So that would put you on 18 and 15 is 33 points. 33 points for your first two film is not too bad. Joseph, you picked Love Hurts and you jokered it, so that was your audience score. It is currently sitting at a 61.
Oh my god.
Do you know the thing looking at that film that you done dirty though? You done us out of a bomb. Because
that was a yes
19% critic score.
Wow.
Which again, if you just take a 61 is not a good score because that's minus 9 points. However, you were correct that there would be a gap between the fans and
a gap, a gulf.
Yes,
a crater.
And lastly, you had The Witcher. The Witcher: Sirens of the Deep, which has had only 17 reviews.
Yeah.
But unlike Craig last year, it's actually had enough reviews where it gets a percentage. It's at 59%, so that's a loss of 11 points.
It was a gamble.
Yeah.
I thought I had a sure thing because of the previous one. I genuinely thought, because I think it's still sitting at late 90s or at least 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, the previous one, which is a fantastic story about Vesemir. But I think people are still burned by Geralt, and I think it's
it's getting the Last Jedi treatment. The Last Jedi treatment.
Yeah. I have a statement, lads, that I'd like to read out to both you and the listeners regarding the movie draft, if that's okay.
Oh boy.
Little statement to read out. So
hang on, let him pull out his folder.
Has HR cleared this?
Hang on. I'm just gonna get my folder out. I'm just gonna
please don't get your folder out. This is a live.
Sorry, sorry, we're on camera. Fuck, sorry. So
Craig's Pooh Bear in it.
I would like to tell the listeners and you and the viewers, I'd like to tell all of you that I've done a period of reflection, and I've decided that I'm going to be taking a vow of penance for this year's movie draft. So I would like to announce to everyone, that I, Craig Andrew Mooney, unless my film is delayed, will be making no swaps on this year's fantasy movie draft.
Ah. Why?
Ooh.
Thank
So
you.
you're doing
Thank
what
you.
I've done.
Why?
He's taking the Boone approach.
Because
It's a bold
Andrew,
strategy.
I want to prove to you especially, but you and everyone else, that I don't need no swaps. All right, I don't need no swaps. I don't need to. I'm going to have my list of 10, and I'm still going to win. My first picks will still win.
Look
at
me.
Freddy's
Hold
too.
on.
No
hold on.
swaps from
Hold on.
me this
Hold
year.
on. Look at him playing the fucking good guy on his high. No swaps for me because he got a fucking extra swap last year, and he's like, "Oh, I don't need them this year." You're already in the books. But you fucking. This isn't even a bit. Like, it genuinely annoys me. Like, mental. I'm actually annoyed. Oh, no swaps. We'll fucking see. So he's just said no swaps unless they're delayed. That's fine.
I'm committing to that. I'm committing to that.
Can I get
listeners.
his extras? Can I get his extra swaps?
Yeah, let's give Paul his extras.
We'll divvy them out. Paul, do you know what film of yours is coming out first?
Of course I do.
Okay, what is it?
Of course you do. Silence as Paul trying to boot up another application in his computer.
Hang on, yeah, I'll just tell you.
If
right
Paul does
now,
drop from this,
it's
call,
definitely not. It's definitely not Avatar. I can tell you that much.
So I know my first movie I think comes out in April, but I think my first points is actually from Craig's counterpicking Black Bag. I think Black Bag comes out in March. So then that'll probably be my first points, and then that'll be your points. But yeah, we will keep you up to date with all the scores and all the points for the fantasy movie draft if you're following along. If you've not already watched it, or listened to it, make sure you go and listen to the podcast where we draft. Or no, we watch it as well because it is our first YouTube video where we draft all the movies that we will be using in this year's fantasy movie draft. But yes, that is all for us for the first catch up. This is just, again, test run, seeing how it goes. This is kind of going to be the frantic energy that we will bring to this podcast every week. As I say, most weeks we will structure it around something, whether that's a topic that we make up. One of the topics that we'd suggested was movies we missed, so movies that we maybe didn't see in 2024 that we could kind of go back. Paul, are you still looking up when your films are coming out? Cool.
No.
Cool. Yeah, so that it'll be structured in that kind of sense, but yes, it's pretty much going to be us kind of arguing, shouting at each other, that kind of fun stuff. Make sure you are subscribing and following along at With Mates Pod on all social media platforms, and make sure you are subscribing and liking and commenting. Let us know what you thought of the catch up. Let us know what you're thinking of all the movies and TV shows that are coming out this year in the comment section. As I say, get involved. The more you guys, if you've got questions for us, if you've got suggestions for us, make sure you're reaching out on social media or under this video on the comments. But yeah, most of all, thanks for watching. I have been Andrew Grayson. You find me at @AndAlphaGray on all social media platforms. Joseph, where can the people find you and all that you do?
Lovely. People can find me on some social media platforms at Joseph Boone on both of them. That's Joseph with an F, not a PH. And
that took me an embarrassingly
not...
amount of time to know that for myself. Like, we've known each other 6 years, and I think it's only been in the last 3 that I realised it was Joseph, not Joseph.
Joseph, yeah. I prefer the spelling, quite frankly. I'm
it's nice.
just trying to ignore the typing that I hear from Paul.
Huh? I'm not typing.
What are you doing?
Craig, where can the lovely people find you and what you do?
You can find me and all my locked-in movie draft picks at Craig Andrew Mooney on all social media platforms.
Paul Stirrat.
Huh? What?
Where can they find you and what you do?
Oh, you mean on social media?
Yeah.
You may find me.
No, don't give me an address.
Not searching for films that I picked or trying to desperately remember what I chose. At my Instagram, which is at Stirrat Story. Come and send me a message and tell me what you've picked in your own personal movie draft, and I will tell you why you're wrong.
I have never known anybody in life to vamp as much as Paul Stirrat when you've just asked him to put, what's your social media channel? 30 minutes later, you just going, gotta love Paul.
It's like a politician's level.
Yeah,
of like
exactly.
fucking
Politics,
like
politics.
You would give Bojo a run for his fucking money.
Yeah. But that's all for this week. We will be back
That's
next week, and make sure you're keeping your eyes tuned. We have got Severance reviews, we have got Invincible reviews, our Captain America Brave New World review is up. We will soon be doing Daredevil and The Last of Us, and then there's lots of movie reviews that we'll be doing in between all that good stuff as well. Possibly The Monkey, because that comes out tomorrow, and I might go see that, and if any of you guys want to jump on, we can do a wee Monkey review. But that's all for us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Latest on the Mean G.
Shit! Everything's coming out in November.